Okay.
You're live.
Good evening, everyone. This is another matchup of Link to the Past and the Link to the Past League. We are in week 6 with 80 keys. I am TabbyCat54, and I am joined by Leoria. How are you doing today?
I am a nervous wreck, and as I'm sure you kind of are too, this match is going to mean a lot for both of our teams, and it could go either direction. We do apologize having a little bit of technical difficulty on Jedder's side, but we will have that stream up shortly. By shortly, I mean now. Shoutouts to our awesome restreamer Kono Tyron, as we get started with a tier 1 tree pole of single bombs. That's nice.
That's my favorite thing, really. Whenever I'm doing that, I'm like, okay, I could actually go do a bomb escape if I wanted to, because it'd be pretty easy to get those 8 bombs and easily get enough to go do it and have possibly an early escape just done and out of the way and never on my mind again.
Wow.
Yeah, it is really, really nice. Now, Jedder's opting instead to take that significant savings from Link's house and buy the 10 bombs, and is going to be going straight to South Shore. This is not a start that I see very often, but I kind of dig it.
I could probably say that I do take the blame a little bit for probably both my teammates going this whole cack skip route, because we made it into a meme. So but it works so many times that it's worth it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally. I will say, though, WindFox did pull a hammer off of Uncle. So he is going to keep going into escape. Now, Jedders did give us a view of the Hylia Island, which just was a big 20, so not going to have to worry about ever coming back for that. That can be completely erased from mind. And Jedder's finding our first small key, being a Castle Tower key.
Oh, that
kind
could
of a good
be
find.
Agaseed right there, and that would be good, because then we don't have to worry about that either.
Yeah, and honestly, if Jedders finds what he needs for Aga Tower, he can loop in Uncle with Escape, with potentially Dark Cross, and all of it all in one swoop instead of having to double back.
Yeah, I will say that I've seen that be a kind of a thing that a lot of people do, is if they don't want to try to do all of that, they don't want to double back. You never want to double dip, especially in 80 keys where you're probably going to have to. So, and there's
our wow. So yeah, getting both of those really early. Those are kind of in 80 keys mode.
And that one too.
Wow. So let's just clear the entire castle and not have to worry about anything else ever again.
I'm game for that. That's you never see that fast of Castle Tower small keys in 80 keys ever.
No, and it's kind of terrifying that they're both just right there. That's weird.
I'm definitely going with that. It's an Agaseed, and having an Agaseed in in an 80 keys just makes me laugh.
All right, so nothing so much in front of Escape, just pulling a Thieves' Town map from Zelda Cell, and then WindFox picking up the eastern map, from Sanctuary, while Jedders pulls a compass from Ice Rod Cave. Compass is kind of meh. They just kind of help you keep count, but with auto tracking kind of legalized and people just counting their own stuff anyway, like, it's not really necessary.
Agreed. I mean, I had a person I used to run with that would actively skip compasses. So because he's like, they're just completely pointless. Why would you even bother with it? So.
Now, that was a super quick check, but I'm pretty sure that was just a compass on Lumberjack Ledge. So not an Agaseed as far as needing something there, but could absolutely still be our Dark World access. Also, can we talk about how just everything seems to be dropping bombs? Your tier pole is bombs, your bush crab is bombs, your mushroom's a sword.
Early on, that's great. But whenever you go, like when you're really late in the season, all you need is a heart, and everything is dropping bombs or it's dropping just rupees or something like that. You're like, okay, well, I'm gonna die, and this is great.
Can I get a heart, please? A fairy?
Have a heart.
Half a heart? Yeah, something. All right, so I'm certain our runners are going to be excited to get their first sword fairly early as well. You're never going to have a swordless in an AD keys, but those swords can sometimes be in stupid locations.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna say that Jedders right now, he's like, okay, I've got a sword. I have both my castle tower small keys. This is an Agaseed, and he's like, I'm looking for my cape. I'm looking for my, he's probably not looking for lamp as much, but would appreciate it. But it's like, I'm looking for these items because I need to get up there.
Now that brings up a good point. Going through Dark Aga is arguably the hardest dark room in the game, specifically that room that has kind of the pits that you can easily fall down. What's Jetter's comfort level with Dark Aga?
He, from my knowledge and experience with him, he has never once told me to go, oh, I need you to go find me a lamp type thing. I can't do this without a lamp. And whenever we've been done spoiler practice, he's just he has that comfort level, just like Scruff does with dark rooms, but I don't think we're gonna have to worry about it this scene.
Yeah, I mean, if this is an Agaseed, we're going to get a lamp thrown at us too, certainly. But I was curious. I know Win kind is of the same mind, like lamp is a luxury. But I do know for at least Dark Aga that a fire rod would be somewhat nice, if not for anything but that room in particular, just to be able to light the torches and get through.
Also, someone mentioning Jetter's timer in chat. That's actually Ancient Hylian is the text for that.
That's really cool.
I enjoyed it whenever I saw it because after doing spoiler practices as their pilot, I just looked at it and was like, I can read it now. It's been, an hour or so on it, but I can read it now.
I mean, and the good news is we just have, the Arabic numeral, translation on the left-hand side of the screen.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're good. All right, so not much in Kakariko today, just a couple small keys and the Quake medallion, as well as I think a heart on Bottle Vendor. So kind of meth. South Shore was definitely a more hype area as Jedders kind of showed off for us.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that that was a play that was a good one. I'm pretty sure that we're about to see probably both runners go over to Sahashala and see, hey, can I go through that? Can I finish that? And do what I can there.
Yeah. I mean, and it's possible that Win may follow Jedders a little bit and do the South Shore play right here. We'll just kind of have to see which direction he goes. But I imagine, Jedders in particular, he's going to wait on Escape until he can have everything he needs to do it and Aga in one fell swoop.
We're going to need to have a macro about Jedders' timer, apparently.
We are. Wally, you just missed it, friend. We just talked about it. Alrighty, so at this point, with that hammer, we are really, 2 pieces of gear from Dark World. I kind of hope that we do find a Moon Pearl, as opposed to a glove first, because that's just kind of meh.
Right.
And at least Moonpearl would kind of push more for the Aga feel too.
I think that because Jedders has that sword coming into this, he's gonna straight back to the back in Castle not only Castle Tower, but he might hit the first chest of Castle Tower. He may do all the way to the second chest, see if he can just do it, or he may just go through the entire sequence, go all the way to the back, and then see, hey, do I find my lamp? Do I find this? And give himself some actual information about where the gloves are. If, say, a lamp's in the very back, or if gloves in the back, that kind of thing. You can get a lot of information by sequence breaking.
No, and I was going to say, these dark rooms for escape are really not much. So with that, with that Hyrule Castle key, I would be shocked if he doesn't go back. But I like the, hey, let's go down this way first. Let's go through regular front of escape first. I missed what WindFox just picked up from Agina's cave, but I don't think it was much. Okay, yeah, so meh. Not good.
Yeah, they both haven't found really true progression there, kind of even footing at the moment. WindFox is about to find his second Castle Tower Smart Key, probably thinking the same thing, and then we're probably going to see Jedders go to the back and WindFox go to Sahasrahla. That's what I'm guessing is the next step for this likely progression.
Yeah, and at this point, I think it's likely and it's reasonable to say that the eastern area, like whether in Eastern Palace or at Sahasrahla, is going to have our lamp for that logical Dark Cross back of escape access. And if we find a glove, that would also open up parts of the mountain for us.
Yes. I think that our best case scenario right now is that we're going to find something in the back of our best case scenario at the moment really is who finds the lamp first, in my opinion, because that's going to give you your lamp / cape. So
yeah,
who's going to get your
absolutely.
progression?
All right, Jedder's getting his map, and he's going to go ahead and use the screen guard to, murder himself. Going to take that death warp, start over at the beginning of Hyrule Castle, and I mean, like you said, I'm pretty certain we're going to see him do the back. I don't know how you wouldn't with the gear that you've got with that key available.
Yeah, I mean, the sword is so is so much more than just a weapon whenever it comes to early game, because it gives you the light that you need. Or Jedders could just do a blind and be like, yeah, I'm good.
I was going to say, I feel like there's something very poetic in that. The sword gives you the light you need.
It lights up your life.
I mean, it's definitely, it would definitely light up our runners' faces if we saw them. I don't know. I'm stopping. Eastern play.
Okay, well, we got what I was thinking Jedders was going to do here. I'm not as surprised that he didn't, because, hey, you got everything. Might as well check. And WindFox giving us Sahasrahla, finding out what the green pendant is, and what do we got?
Ice Palace green pendant. So, they're going to be looking for mitts, a fire source. Those right there.
Right there. Yep, there's the lamp. So my guesstimate is there's probably going to be a sword here in the back of escape, which would complete out our back of escape, rather clear out our AGA requirements.
Oddly, I'm kind of hoping for a sword at Zora, just because that's gross.
Oh yeah, and sword at Zora is perfect.
I was like, I'll wish that upon our runners. I don't mind. They're our teammates. We can do shenanigans.
Absolutely, and finding the Moonpearl.
Oh, that's big. That's pretty dang big.
Giant. Well, there's only one place left for Jedders to go, so he's going to tail WindFox into the eastern area.
So then the question begins, or the question is really, once he gets those flippers, does he continue on in the eastern as WindFox has done since he's in the area, or does he peace out and follow those flippers to the water checks?
think that he's going to try to get 500 rupees before he does that. So, and Jedders understands that, this is 80 keys. This is not I'm going to, as he leads 20 rupees. Come on, Jedders. Anyway, he understands it's 80 keys. We got to clear everything. It doesn't matter if we double dip. That's kind of the name of the game.
Right. All right. Well, WindFox so far not finding anything super fun in Eastern Palace. It does look like I'm assuming since Jedders is walking that he's going to be following WindFox's footsteps here a little bit.
Yeah.
So, shout out to our runners. Is it too early to shout them out? I don't think so.
We're pretty much going to be watching the same checks as they just walk behind each other for a bit.
Shout out to whatever Jedders' sprite is, because I don't know what that is.
That is Magus from Chrono Trigger. He is one of the primary antagonists until a certain point, and then spoilers.
Got it. I'm really glad. Thank you for the spoilers, because I've never actually played Chrono Trigger. I'm a terrible person.
I will say, if you have not played it, Chrono Trigger is and will always be in my top 3 of best games of all time.
Apparently, buddies of mine are very, very grumpy that I have not played. I'm sorry, friends.
It is actually a really good game. It's very it's a different, but it's a really good RPG, and I would absolutely recommend, if anybody hasn't played Chrono Trigger, to just go. You can get it anywhere. You can get it on Steam, but don't. I prefer just go with the SNES version. You're fine. And it's a great game. It really is. And I don't think we got any real progression here, so it's in water checks.
Come on, Sword of Zora. That's all I want now. Just a Sword of Zora.
I'm wanting just anything, really. I want swords somewhere. Just nasty Zora is great. I want it to be like a cape on Zora, though, would be better.
Ooh, yeah. I like that. I do like that. Force a fighter sword Aga tower climb. It's gross.
With
I
low
love
hearts.
it. Yeah, exactly.
I had an Ambrosia like that recently. We had a 3-heart Aga fighter sword, and it was nasty, and I hated it, and I was very upset.
I am so sorry for your loss. I don't know, maybe you won. I'm so sorry for your loss of sanity. All right, Hobo giving us our master sword, by the way. So there's our logical Aga access with the 2 keys, the lamp, the things. WindFox is going to keep going with the water checks, though. Just clear them out while you're here.
I think that we are going to see Jedders do the Hobo and then be like, and he's going to piece up to Aga because he's got the Moon Pearl. He's like, hey, I can just go. But I really wouldn't go do Zora right now, only because I don't have the money and I don't want to bank on there being $50 somewhere. Right.
WindFox is a little bit closer to the required 500. He's literally 1 short. With Jedders, I agree it's very dicey. The funny thing is, if Jedders had not purchased those bombs earlier, he would have his 500 rupees.
I honestly would hold on to it, yeah. Yeah, he would be right on the money. I would hold on to his money and just wait. But there's a small key there that could be useful.
WindFox, you gotta kill something. You gotta kill a thing. Unless you're just ignoring it and you're saving money for pod. But if you want Zora, you gotta kill a thing.
Yep, and we're seeing the same clip from Jedders. He's gonna go straight to Aga. Yeah, unless he proves me wrong, which he likes to do that. I had to throw out the Jedders playbook last season because we thought we had it. We had the playbook down, and then he just went a completely off-the-wall way and somehow was able to loop in the entirety of South Shore with Swamp Palace. So, I don't know, but He does a thing.
Yeah, I'm a little like there's your one rupee wind, please. I mean, now it's too
I'm
late, but
really hoping
come
progression.
on. Man, no. Emergency meeting. This is so sus. I can't.
The teammate in me goes, good, never find that extra rupee there. The other part of me is like, well, if Jedders never finds more rupees, then he's not going to go either. And there's definitely progression there now.
Yeah, I mean, that's just.
And there's a sword.
Well, okay. Well, that's hilarious.
Now I
really
want Cape on Zora.
I want Cape to be in this second chest right here, just because you're already in Aga Tower, so it's completely like not useless per se, but boo. I just thought it would be funny to have Cape inside Aga Tower.
Oh man, I've seen so many things with, especially with Enemizers coming up here. I hope we don't see what I saw in one of the seeds I've played on it before, where both Canaberna and Cape were both locked inside pod, which had a roller over there saying hello and not letting anybody past.
Oh no! So you had to basically damage boost through it. Gross.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really frustrating. That's annoying. I'm feeling very like anxious for co-op Enemizer week. I think it's going to be the hottest of messes, but also ridiculously silly and fun.
I look forward to it as well, yeah. I don't think WindFox is very happy about finding that Moon Pearl, but I think he's also very happy about finding it, but thinks, I mean, you're 21 minutes in, there's no way that anybody's ahead of anybody else at this point. So
right. I'm just intrigued by the choice to save and quit as opposed to try to death warp, even though, like, you know, rats don't do a lot of damage, but you could always like be damaging yourself on the way back to the ropes, because the ropes will
bomb yourself
real quick, or bomb yourself. Right, he had plenty of bombs. Come on, dude.
It could, I mean, I think the decision to save and quit there was as though he had done a drop down on there instead of walking from the front.
Yeah, I mean,
muscle memory. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he was thinking like, okay, I've got something else to check, and then realized, wait, no, I don't. Other than Zora. And who's going to run back to Zora? Imagine Zora has glove. That'd be insane.
I would not approve of this seed then. Right now I approve of it because it looks like a tabby seed, which tabby seeds are the worst.
Ooh. Clearly you have not played a Leo special.
I'm a seed roller for the Plando tournament. They all have to live with it.
Oh dear. Yeah, I think maybe we need to like trade seeds. Like, I'll give your team a Leo special, you'll give us a tabby seed, and we'll just say good luck, have fun.
We're gonna have both the nicest seeds ever though, and we roll it for each other. It's
like everything that our teams say about our seeds is just gonna be a total lie, and it's gonna be like the most jettiest of jet seeds.
Yes. I rolled a jetty seed for myself, and I go, somebody else. I must have taken somebody else's seed.
Yup.
But we looks like we are having these Jedders taking down Aga, WindFox right on his tail. Let's bring it back here for some Dark World.
Whoop whoop. Yeah, we've got some with that hammer, we've got some good access actually. You know, Hype Cave is a joke, but maybe it won't be a joke today.
Oh, there's Mirror.
Wow. Well, that's a little bit big. But now, unfortunately, they're going to have to think about their whole save and quit shenanigans. Because if they save and quit in the Dark World, they're just going to pop right back up on the pyramid until they mirror.
And that's why we wait to do Aga until the end of the game, usually with 80 keys.
Yup.
I can't tell you how many times I save and quit, get back up to the pyramid, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Although, this is going to make doing Zora and Waterfall Fairy nicer for Jedders because he's going to be able to loop that in with Catfish. Whereas WindFox, just having Catfish and Zora is going to be a little less inclined to go up that way.
So I am curious. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with this play from Jedders, because I save Hype Cave until I have it. At this point in the game, rather, I would have saved Hype Cave until we do something to be able to get to the other side of the world. But then I realized, oh, we don't have Hookshot. Never mind. This is okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad play. You have a key, so there are quite a few things in logic. You don't have a bottle, but I don't know. Who knows? Jedder may whip out a Mimic clip here, and we might get 2 chests on Bolok's side. I don't know.
Do you know Jedders? This is his thing. This is his whole reason for being, is this thing you will see in about 30 seconds. He even has an emote on his chat that has the red mimic with a little slash through it. That is, he is probably the best, if not one of the best mimic clippers ever.
Well, then clearly I just don't know people very well, and yeah, I'm just gonna foot in mouth, and we're just gonna see some mimic clip action.
All right, he's gonna do the thing. And here it goes. And it's done. Wow.
Holy crap. That was so fast. I can't.
And I'm almost positive he did that for the audience. I'm almost positive he just did that because he's like, I can do this, whatever.
Swag. Oh my gosh. Oh, nice Quake.
You got him.
I was not expecting Narcy. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh, that's big. Welp. I'm hoping for a bow at Hype Cave.
I kind of am too, but I know why you are.
Right. Well, and it's one of those things where Mimic Clip is not something that is very strongly in our wheelhouse. Kaysen can do it fairly well. I can struggle through it, but I have to pause buffer it. I'm not certain how much Wind has actually practiced it. I don't know if maybe in anticipation of playing Jedders he did. I'm not certain. Come on, bow. Just in case. Or a bottle.
Boots?
Or boots! I'll take boots.
I think we're going to see it again. I have a feeling. Yep, we're about to see the Mimic a second time.
Get your mimics in chat, folks.
Yeah, go over to Jedders thing right now. Go make sure that you grab his emote, which is a mimic with a little slash through it, and spam those mimic chats.
All right, Skullwoods and Thieves Town are our 256s today. So when we do get access to that place with the name, goodness, VOO, Village of Outcasts, you know, shenanigans can happen. Although keys and fire rod and, you know, other things.
I mean, I really like that we got that convenience key, because that means that Jedders doesn't have to save and quit out of Skullwoods to get the whole thing, or steal the key from the back and have your go mode being Skullwoods small key, which that has totally never happened.
No, never.
I think those were Titan's mitts, to be honest with you, though.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that our glove is going to be somewhere. Well, hey, hello, Flute. I agree with you, but what that's going to mean is whenever we do eventually find what would logically likely be the gloves, you know, Jedders is going to have his mitts, which is going to open up a lot for him. Now, in 80 keys, that could be a good thing or a bad thing, I feel like. You know, having mitts checks open super early can sometimes throw runners for a loop.
Absolutely. I've seen that kind of thing happen where they have, I mean, it's just having no mitts and having that be go mode, for example, it just saves so much time. And then having a situation where you've sequence broke gloves and they were actually supposed to be mitts, that could bite you, or it could be really good.
Shout out to French Vanilla Big Key, by the way, sitting in Dark U of Pod.
This I'm sure that we were supposed to find a bow somewhere.
Yeah, and it could be sitting at Catfish or Zora at this point. I don't know if we have much of
And a hammer yum.
I was gonna say, I don't think we have much
Jedders
of anything logically left.
Jedders is over here like, do I need keys? Nah.
It's one of the things I love about Pod is you can full clear the whole dungeon with only 4 out of the 6 small keys.
Yeah, the only thing he's going to need to even come back here for it in the future, possibly, is, Harmless Hellway and the Big Key and Helma, and that's it. So, yeah. I mean, getting those mitts is huge. I really think we're gonna see a catfish play, I think, and we're gonna see Hype Cave. It's kind of which one does he want to do?
Right. Well, and it may be a situation where he goes up, or he does one and then saves and quit back to the pyramid to do the other.
I would do that. That's good routing right there.
Yeah. All right, now WindFox, getting his flute, is heading up to the mountain and is going to save the old man. Jedders technically could also get to the mountain. He just would be doing it through a sequence broken way. Which, I mean, let's be honest, this is rando. Do we really care that it's sequence broken? No.
Not really.
We don't.
I mean,
what?
If it's pushing you away, I guess maybe we'd be like, why? Why did you go against the logic?
Right.
But as many times as going with logic has burned me, go out of logic. Go have fun.
Yeah. I mean, do your thing. That's what I think. Play your game.
I will use the L word all I want. I will spam it in wild chat.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is turning out to be everything that I had hoped it would be. Yeah, Vortex bringing up a good point though. You know, Jedders isn't aware of this, but those boots from Hype Cave would make this trek a lot nicer.
True, but you can also look at the time save doing it this early and doing possibly the save and quit and all of that, because he's keeping the thing there. He's probably going to portal back and then go down there, and he's not double dipping things. He's just going through them as much as he can. And there's a bow. There's the bow.
That's happiness for me on the please clap side, just because bow. And I do think, I imagine we're going to see what Zora has here, and now I'm really hoping that it's nothing.
Bow and the Big Key to Eastern. So, that's fun.
Yeah. Basically, hey, go there next.
And we got garbage on Zora. That makes me sad.
That makes me really happy. I'm not going to lie. I'm a happy camper with that one. Oof.
And WindFox taking an unfortunate death to one of those red Tektites that likes to jump around and mess up everyone's day.
Yeah, they're rude. And he's heading right back up. Or maybe he's just saving and quitting here to flute. I don't know.
And Jedders is going to do the other way of things, where you start at Link's house and you just go straight south. Which, I approve of this.
Yeah, this makes sense. This works out because it will put him even closer to Hype Cave and he doesn't have to loop around with ridiculousness.
Exactly. But this also will give, as soon as Jedders gets the boots, he's going to get the boots, he's going to get the flute. I don't see why he wouldn't get pretty much everything else there. Then he's going to go Village of Outcasts, through the other way, probably check mirror checks and Skullwoods, and his entire world is open right now.
Do you see him waiting a bit for the mountain just because he has so much open to him right now?
With the boots, I would say yes. Now, the reason I mention it with the boots, boots makes North Dark World a snap. You have boots, you have gloves, you have everything there. You can go North Dark World. And I think that he's going to look at the volume of checks that he's got before he does anything else.
Ooh, now we didn't see WindFox do this, and I kind of dig it. Jedders is checking the first chest of swamp.
And before mitts?
Dude, I don't think I could handle it. Stop it. No. Don't do it.
I'm going to commentator curse mitts to be here now. Because I want it from the Hyrule track and field side.
I'm going to commentators curse and say they are here, which means they won't be here, and it'll be great. So, reverse commentator blessing curse psychology? What? I don't know.
I don't know.
Myself.
Or maybe we'll get the small key.
A vanilla small key. Oh, that'd be gross. Nope.
You got a big key. From Meyer. That's a big one, actually, because that one likes to elude people.
Yeah?
He's about to go get, if he could find the cane somewhere, then he could almost full clear Meyer if it's Quake. And as soon as he gets mitts.
Oh, WindFox pulling silvers from Paradox Cave, though. So I imagine we're going to be seeing him rush Pod Eastern.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Or not. What? Where? Huh?
Fluting?
I mean, he has a flute. Bonk rocks. That's it. It's bonk rocks.
I think that I definitely think that not having those having those gloves is probably going to make some weird routing decisions for both sides, because if he had gloves at the time, he would have been like, oh yeah, I'm not going to do that, I'm going to go a different route.
Right.
Lumberjack is a compass.
Indeed. Wind, you don't have a glove. Nope, you still don't have a glove.
Don't have a glove.
It's okay. This is fine.
I'd say just the absolute volume of checks actually thinks that makes me want to think that Jedders is going to go the mountain quicker, but at the same time, if I have mirror, I have everything I need to get in here. I'm just gonna keep going straight.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. You know, you have the access easily to get here. I think that this makes sense. You know, just mirror, walk past a Usain Bolt / dash past.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that Jedders is making it really easy for us to count dig game. Which that is the 30th dig for that.
That's too many. That's way too many for a Skullwood ski.
It is.
I would have gladly dug that many for, like Swamp Palace key or something, but
now, I think it's so funny because Jedders did the exact same thing that I often catch myself doing when I'm doing a similar play, like mirroring to get up to CAC. Instead of fluting or instead of mirroring right, after that screen transition, essentially, he mirrored.
He forgot to activate flute.
Oh, he sure did. Did he? He got the flute, right?
Yeah, he got the flute. He might be doing it with the Thieves Town though. So going right past it, mirror flute, come back. You come back right to Thieves Town rather, and you basically save the time. But you save a little bit of time by doing it. Not much in the scheme of things, but
right,
a little. And we found out, especially in our last race here, that 20 seconds. That's all it is. It's 20 seconds.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that one was an absolute nail biter, and I know you were sitting in chat for that, and I was just sitting there, obviously freaking out on stream. Shout out to Irritable Penguin for keeping me sane through that race.
We have a small key to Tower of Hera, so I am really glad he didn't actually go up there.
Yeah. I mean, it's a gross check, but when you find what you need for it super early. Ooh, when getting the small key, the small key to swamp from Pendant Armos.
That's gross.
It is gross.
Necessary. And we get Bombos on Jedder's side. But at least we've got the gross keys out of the way, and we know they're easy to get to. So at this point, the gross keys that we're going to be not wanting to see are we're wanting to see them a little bit faster. Would probably be Pod. That's going to be our last really gross small key, or Thieves Town.
I would also throw in Turtle Rock in there too, since those Turtle Rock keys can sometimes be awful.
Yeah, considering that could be a vanilla big key, that kind of thing.
Yeah, both bows were on the mountain. One was in Hera Basement Cage, the other one was in Paradox 5.
Got the big key to Skullwoods, so I'm crossing my fingers for a vanilla Fire Rod.
Ooh, that would be rude. I kind of love it.
I like
how we talk about. I was gonna say, I like how we talk about vanilla locations being rude just because, it's rando.
I mean, yeah, because you've got like vanilla hookshot, for example, is especially in just if we were just doing rando, vanilla hookshot is just nasty because you're not going to get that big key usually beforehand.
Yeah, no, that's gross.
This is called Big Key Town.
Yeah, I was literally about to make this same exact joke. Way to be.
That's because the thieves keep stealing the keys to the kingdom.
That makes sense.
Jedder's forgetting to activate his flute. You know what? It's all right. Well, you'll remember later, right? I hope.
Yeah. When he tries to use it to go to Meyer when he gets the mitt. Man, I'm hoping.
I'm gonna laugh. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna laugh when it happens. We love to Jedders is such a good sport when it comes to all the jabbing and everything you can do to him. So
yeah, I think that's the great thing about commentating our own teammates' races. They know not that we're going to be like bashing the other team. Like, no, we're 100% going to be bashing our own teammates.
Oh, absolutely.
This is way more fun.
I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit scared about whenever Jedders goes to Ice Palace, and he knows why.
Oh, now you got me curious.
Go watch don't watch his VOD for spoiler. He spent 20 minutes in Ice Palace either dying, warping out accidentally, or something bad happening. So
oof.
And how many big keys can we get?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I imagine after checking this last chest here, since we don't have a fire rod, Jedders is probably, I mean, I would imagine going to go back because he's got the big and the small for Thieves Town.
I would agree.
I don't know.
I would absolutely agree. I mean, if you can clear the whole dungeon, go do it. That's the whole thing, is clear the dungeon, go. Just do it.
Yeah, and he might remember to activate his flute then.
You're putting a lot of pressure on him.
All right, well, WindFox picking up his gloves, getting to do it in a slightly less swaggy way because, no mimic clipping, but this is fine. This is totally fine.
All right, so when Jedders, I think did we have the big key of pod yet? No.
We do. It was French vanilla. It's here in Dark U, right in this chest.
Right. So once he gets that small key, where WindFox found his second small key there, I believe it was his second, he will be able to just go right to the back as soon as he goes to the mountain. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm
for us
checking this. When doesn't have another pod small, and I was kind of hoping he's going to be able to clear, pod while he's here, but he actually can't do that because, you need at least one more to get to the back, which is gross.
Oof. And I mean, in 80 keys, do you just, failing the hammer jump, I personally fail it basically 3 times before I just say, I'm done in a race situation. But in a non-race situation, I just go do it until I get it. So,
right.
And he gets it.
I was going to say, that first one, I think was just a pixel too low. The second one, I was like, this looks right.
Yeah, I've been working on my hammer jump because that was literally something I was getting grumpy trying to learn. And so I was like, I guess I will just, never learn the hammer jump, which I did. But yeah, I use the exact same thing that WindFox does. And getting a pixel too high or too low is way, way too easy, if that makes sense to mess you up.
Well, and the fact that it's basically, double pixel perfect, for lack of a better term. I mean, it's not like pixel perfect as far as like horizontal placement, but yeah, I think this was an intentional death.
It was an intentional death warp. He didn't have enough health and he didn't want to accidentally take a thing while he was going in there.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's too much of a time loss to go back if you're at that low of health and you're gonna, you could possibly die from anything hitting you. Something breathing on you, you die.
Yeah, literally something looks at you the wrong way. You mentioned something breathing on you and dying. I feel like that might be just too real right now. I need you to calm down, please, Tabby. Yeah. Gosh.
I mean, yeah.
No, I mean, realistically though, he was at 1.5 hearts on Greenmail. That's not a good place you want to be, especially when literally things can just straight murder you real fast.
And I make a joke a lot of times when I do multi-worlds where I'm like, I'm gonna just name my thing All Crickets Must Die, because I die to crickets more than anything else whenever I'm playing multi-world. I won't die to them any other time except in multi-world, so all crickets must die.
Yeah, I'm down with you. Crickets are awful. For them to be basically just Dark World mice, and the mice being such a joke in the Light World and being super powered as a cricket, kind of frustrating.
It's kind of terrifying if you think about it, because how strong are crickets?
Yeah, no. I'm never leaving my house again.
But then again, if you lived in Hyrule, you probably wouldn't leave your house ever. There's guards out there, there's killer mice and birds that look like pterodactyls, and oof.
Every now and again, I feel like I keep hearing a woman screaming about a creeper, too.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking about, wait, hold on. Oh, I don't think that was intentional, though, from WindFox's side.
I'm not certain. Oh, he's saving and quitting. So maybe it was, but maybe I don't know.
I mean, did he get everything out of there?
I don't think he did.
Pull out that Burna,
back
dude.
statue.
Just pull out the Burna.
Yep. At this point, this is the right call. Just cheese strat it up. There's no shame in that. You got the Burna, use the Burna.
See, and we got a small key, small luxury key. I think he grabbed the Thieves Town big key and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna nope out." So, I think that he might have. I don't know. He might have missed something in one of those chests, because I don't remember which chest he went to.
I know he did the front 3. He did not do the big chest because that big key is sitting in Thieves. What? He remembered! Yay!
But this is also not doing dark. This is not also doing not dark North Death Mountain. Sorry, not North Dark. Whatever the place.
Yeah. Well, and he may pop right back into that portal and go do North Dark World.
I'd be very surprised if he didn't, because he lost an entire race because of not doing North Dark World. So, yep, there he goes.
Yeah.
He, one of the league races, he would have, the only loss he has, he probably would have been much, much closer if he had actually done North Dark World when he had the chance. So I don't, and we've, of course, made fun of him for, make sure you always check.
Bumper ledge?
Usually it's a graveyard ledge that trips us up here.
Well, the good news is Bumper Ledge is just a heart container. Now, I'm certain that our runners, if they had the cape, would be maybe thinking about it. I don't know. There's it's 80 keys. You're gonna get mail.
Yeah, and I mean, you got to realize that this is after spoiler week, and I think both of these guys were the runners for that. I know
Right.
Jedders is comfortable on 8 hearts green mail. I know that he basically even tells me if I'm going to be on green mail, just route me in 8 hearts, I'm fine. So he's
Perfect.
happy.
Yeah,
And
I mean, it's a moot point. We don't even have a cape to consider it at this point.
And I did like WindFox's routing better on this because he did go to Skullwoods first, which is always what I do. But and he doesn't have to come back. He didn't have to double dip.
Well, it's kind of interesting because the Skullwoods Big was still here in Thievestown, so Jedders got to check that. But it's one of those, like, you're going to have to double dip the Skullwoods area anyway because you don't have a fire rod. So I'm inclined to agree with you.
I do the really wrong thing about, I say that Thievestown first 4 and the front of Skullwoods are just overworld checks that are just happen to be in a dungeon.
Yeah. I've been bitten a few too many times by front of Skullwoods, and I've made myself adopt that same kind of thought process.
Ooh, we have a boomerang, which is helpful for menuing. But we are getting some mountain checks here now.
Yeah, I imagine that's really Jetter's next place to go here. I don't think he has not. Or lying apparently. What? Oh, he needs to do Agina.
Agina. Yeah, I agree with this. Even though we know it's here, I agree with it only because what if it is bow? What if it's fire rod? What if it's something I can do mitts? Something I can do everything. Right. I don't want to double dip this mountain, so I agree with this play.
What if it's book even?
Oh yeah, book.
Book would have been really, really nice because then you're here in the desert area. You just go ahead and hop in, and you've got everything that you really need to beat it, not necessarily full clear it, because you would still need a small.
I absolutely agree there, just because I think that it looks kind of like, wait, you should go to the mountain. Why are you not going there? And I'm like, I would do the same thing. It's a one check. It's going to take me 30 seconds to get there, which could save me, 30 minutes. So.
Well, and it's Sphere 1 too, and you never know when your opponent may have chosen to do it, which always feels a little like,
yeah, I'm 100% with you there, because I've gotten burned by Agina. I've gotten burned by Hyrule Castle, believe it or not, is what I'm usually burned by. So. And it's a Sphere 1 check. I believe it. Why didn't I go in there and get my first bow that was right there, or you find out that, did you find the silvers in Hyrule Castle? What?
Yeah, trust me, I get it. It's real feels bad. I know in a co-op that Win and I did for the co-op tournament, we skipped Dark Cross and it had our Go mode ice rod, and it was real feels bad.
Ugh. I've had that happen. I've had another one where one person, we had to find the powder because one person was like, it wasn't in this one, it was a co-op tournament. I said, oh, I need these 3 bombs from Mushroom because I had no bombs, and I was short on everything. Short on cash, couldn't get anything, and I was like, I just need these bombs. There's no way we are going to need to flake powder for an ice rod or anything.
Now, as WindFox enters the blind fight here, Jedders is giving us a new check with the Spike Cave check. Uh-oh. Whew, that was close. He'd kind of just quick swapped a little bit too far to the mirror, and and getting a mushroom. Ooh.
I don't like that. I don't appreciate that at all. No. Especially, since he's already done catfish, that is not what I appreciate there. But we're getting some running action going on.
So fast. Okay. No, that's kind of, man, it's one of those situations with the mushroom, like, do you turn it in? Do you hold on to it in case you need to fake flipper? Do you turn it in and save scum it, which I imagine will probably be probably be the play.
I would say scum it, because you never know when you're going to need that, and it's nasty whenever you have an ice rod there or something, last location, trying to find that powder anywhere, and it happens to be in like a pendant turtle rock, and in the depths of pendant turtle rock in lava chest, and it's just like, or last chest on laser bridge or anything like that, and then you lose by 4 minutes whenever your team was like, whenever the first person of your team was like, oh well, I finished and I'm first, and you finished fourth because you had to go find it.
Right. All right, well, Jedder's getting his logical access back, is opting to skip Hera Basement for now.
I don't know if I like that. I don't approve of this. I need you to go back there, Jedders.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued by that decision. Like, it's one of those, like, if you're here, why not just go ahead and do it? But I mean, I don't know. Maybe Jedders just really doesn't want us to see what's hiding in the basement. Like, maybe he knows something that we don't know.
He might just be like, might be one of those, I don't have the big key, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't know. I have nothing. I threw out both my opponent's playbook, or not my opponents, both my teammates' playbooks a ways back, because they both are like to do things that I don't agree with anymore. It's like, why are you doing this to me?
Right. All right, now WindFox is going to hop on over here, just a hop, swim, and a jump, to check out Catfish, and I imagine we're going to see him go ahead and get his heart piece from Zora while he's up here too, just because you're in the area.
Absolutely. You're not going to leave Zora. Zora is, while he's a scamfish, he is... Oh, we're going to get a bomb jump. We're going to see Spiral Cave. I don't know if we're going to see Basement Hera.
Yeah, I mean, again, I still feel... Because at this point, I think, logically speaking, our next progression is Hera Basement or somewhere in Swamp.
Yeah.
Because we've cleared all of Pod that we can clear.
Oh, there he goes. He's going back. He's probably like, all right. I was hoping I was going to find a hook shot. I was hoping I was going to find the big key. Never mind. I guess I'm just going to have to go do this thing I don't want to do.
Yeah, I mean, and if there's something here, you can, rest assured knowing that your opponent's going to have to make the same, annoying coffee break that you did.
If this is vanilla or something, this is huge.
Yeah, I mean, really, there's a lot of things that could be here that would be really, really helpful at this point. The mitts being here would be really, really big. A fire rod, a hook shot to be able to full clear Swamp.
I'm just going to say it's going to be the hook shot's going to be in Swamp Palace now, just because we don't want it there.
Now, Wind is going to head up here as well. He's going to follow that small key. No, he's making me a liar. He's going to do Spike Cave first. Which, I mean, that's totally fine.
Let's see if he remembers that he can't save and quit out, though. Without some angst. Oh, there's the mitts.
There's the mitts. Well,
Well, we're going to see that pretty quickly. And Jedders is, I can just, feel the glee there of, I can go back and I can go do everything I need to do here on the mountain in one full swoop, rather than having to double dip this anything else other than for the
no
thing. Oh, and save and quit. Oh
yeah.
No. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no, indeed.
I
go back up to the mountain.
I feel for this. I feel for this a lot. I do it way too much.
Oh, he is going to follow that mushroom, though, so I don't mind this.
Oh, we have some new information. We need ether for Turtle Rock.
The one medallion we don't have, just of course.
Always. I mean, okay, if you're on 33%, it's, oh, there's the hook shot. Oh, boy.
So, that's going to push WindFox immediately to Swamp, which is going to put him further away from his mitts. But that's a nice find.
Definitely a nice find. I'm going to say Jedders is probably going to be doing that immediately after this, just because I mean it makes sense. Because it's 1 check versus 6. 1 check you can do in 10 seconds versus 6 that will take you a lot more than 10 seconds.
All right. Now, again, I don't know Jedders super well. How's his hover game?
I think he says, "I know how."
Okay. I mean, yeah. So
but
maybe we'll see an attempt here.
He's actually gonna do it. Is he gonna?
Looks like we're gonna see an attempt. Yeah.
I think he's like, he's gonna try it. All right,
Is it a good hover day? Is it a bad hover day?
Come on, Jedders. Make up your mind.
I mean, I like this. Take all the time you need, Jedders.
I don't like this. Come on, Jedders. Okay, yeah, just go. He's like, not today.
It's a bad hover day. It's okay. This is fine.
I mean, who likes hovering anyway?
Something hovering is cheating. Like if you can't hover, it's cheating. What is it? Something like that?
Yeah, pretty much. If you can't hover, it's cheating. Yeah, he's told me before, he's like, if I have to, I can hover the gap usually, but he's guess bad hover day today.
Yeah, I mean, and that's totally okay. We know where the hookshot is. The question is he going to rush back up here for hookshot cave, or is he going to ignore it for now?
Mire Shed.
I like this.
He's going to Mire Desert.
Yeah, I think this is a great play. You have both desert keys. You get the information from Mire. If you find a cane, you can beat Mire while you're here.
I didn't catch what Mire was. Was that Bombos, or am
I'm catching it on the restream. I think it was Bombos, yes. All right, so far...
Sorry,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, all you.
I was like, I agree with him going over here. And so far, it looks like Swamp dead. So...
Yeah, it's... No, you never know. And Swamp, I mean, really... It looks like it's dead, but we've only gotten to do like 3 chests at this point. One of them was the one that Jedders has already done. So we do get our first bottle, which is nice. At this point, you know, we're still relatively far from any sort of go mode. You know, we need a lot of things, which is par for the course for 80 keys.
Yeah, things start picking up about this point at the hour mark. So if you like what you're seeing here, go follow our runners, hXcjedders and WindFox470. And also shout outs to the crew, the lovely Leoria here. We've got our tracker, IB Karma, and our restreamer, Kono Tyron. And if you like what you're hearing there from any of them or even me, you can go and follow us using the links below.
So WindFox knows Bomb Diver Down, but he's not, I think with where his life is right now, he's potentially worried about the Land of 1,000 Paper Cuts coming up. And is not wanting to risk the health for it. He does know Bomb Diver Down. He's more comfy with Cane, but he does know it. He can just sometimes be a little stubborn with it. And health.
Yeah, I think, you know, Bomb Diver Down is one of those hit and miss. It's either you get it every time or you don't get it at all. And then it's you come up here, you have all these things that are going to kill you. Not doing it, no big deal.
Right. And he does find ether. So I'm hoping that Jedders likes to skip left side swamp. And a book.
Not 80 keys.
No, I was gonna say it's 80 keys. Who are we kidding? But you know that book is kind of fortuitous as well, because that's going to give Bomba's tablet. The only kind of unfortunate thing is that might mean that WindFox opts to either steal the key to check the right side, or he might try to double dip it later. Now, from what I saw on Jedder's side, I don't think there was anything in those two right side chests.
No, didn't look like it.
Okay, now I'm kind of salty. When there's literally 2 hearts coming up, you can do Bomb Diver down.
I'm okay with this. I know that Jedders is, unless he's practiced it, which I would not be surprised if he has practiced it since the last time we spoke. But he just is like, I don't even feel the diver down right now. So sometimes he might not do it. He might just be like, eh.
I mean, yeah, I'm not going to be upset about that. There's our second pod key, so we can go and kill a Helma.
And Jedders is about to get his hook shot. Gonna go follow WindFox again to the dungeon that he got. But this time he's a little bit. I mean, it's funny that he technically has more progression, but he's just like he's been clearing things like overworld and stuff that WindFox has not.
Right. Well, and there's nothing super wrong with that. I know I was kind of like excited-ish to see that book, but at the same time, now I'm kind of thinking like, okay, if he follows that book, he's gonna follow it into Desert, which is totally fine, but then follow it to Ether Tablet and do Hera Basement while you're there, please, for the love of God.
We're gonna get a nice Palace play with Bomb Jump.
Ooh.
I'm okay with this too.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't hate this. This is I'm intrigued to see what's gonna be here. I mean, it is a green pendant too, so the next time he goes over to Pod and Eastern, you know, he will be able to take care of Saha while he's there.
Yeah, I think that's the whole point. Is there's the cane too. So WindFox is going to be sitting pretty on going into TR as soon as he goes up there and finds those mitts. But then again, WindFox is going to be sitting pretty going into Turtle Rock. So if there's progression, like a fire rod or an ice rod or something here, then he's not going to come here for a bit.
No, and the other thing too is we've got to keep in count those keys as well. I just hope that he remembers where like that Hera Small happened, because I don't, to be honest.
Hera Small was in Thieves Town, if I recall.
Okay, so it's just, man, the play to go up to Spike Cave, I don't disagree with. I just wish he had done the basement while he was there, but I also understand not doing it because tile rooms are terrible.
I agree there. And I think that nothing he's doing is a bad play, and that's something that if you you get in with things with Jedders, especially Jedders will, as a teammate, he basically will tell you there's no such thing as bad plays. There's just there's plays that work out better than others.
Yeah, and I mean, and this is like you said, like he's, this isn't a bad play. Like he's still clearing dungeons. He's still getting, what he needs to beat the game essentially. He's going to end up having an easier time going through Ice Palace, just by virtue of having a, cane for Icebreaker, as well as if, he decides to not hit the switch for whatever reason.
Oh yeah. In normal mode, if I'm coming here, and I am not in go mode, I will absolutely 1000% do no switch Icebreaker. Like, don't flip the switch. You're gonna find the big key anyway if you're searching. So what's the point in slowing yourself down like that? But in this one, Icebreaker is going to save a lot of time. Jedders has this once in a while.
Does he have it? I can't remember where it was. I think it was on the mountain, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought he got it with everything else.
Cave, maybe something like that. I don't remember.
He's never going to pause, so we're never going to find out until he walks up.
Right.
Actually, I can go look at a stream. Hang on.
Yeah. There we go. All right, while that's happening, we do find an ice rod in the H room of we find that ice rod in the H room of Ice Palace, which is pretty big.
It's giant.
I mean, again, if WindFox opts to dive Turtle Rock while he's up on the mountain this next time, that can be kind of gross. And we have had seeds where Fire Rod is in Turtle Rock somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's on his tracker. He doesn't have Swamp listed, so it must have been somewhere else.
On Armos is what
Armos, yes.
Vortex is saying. That makes sense.
Okay, that's not a problem then. I mean, he's got everything he needs to clear it, and he's going to be able to, hopefully, cross our fingers, clear Pod at the same time.
Right. Now, I will say this, thankfully, even though he has the cane, thankfully WindFox cannot go into Mire because he does not have those mitts from Hera Basement. Please go to Hera Basement. I'm like channeling Hera Basement to him right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess he's probably gonna go to Pod or Ice even. No, he can't go to Ice, so Pod maybe.
Turning in that bottle. I think that this is not bad. You're following your progression here. This is fine.
I'm getting mail. I like mail.
I mean, yeah. Meanwhile, Jedders is going to check iced tea for us here very shortly.
I think he's gonna give us Hera Basement and then
Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, Hookshot Cave. He's also gonna probably Hera Pot.
Yes. Oh yeah, so this is actually really, really nice for him, having gotten that hookshot. Just please don't skip the basement. Yeah, this anti-fairy is way up in Jedders' grill.
I really don't like anti-fairies at all because they're always mean.
I like them when I have powder to poof them. But other than that.
All right, we're going to get an ether check.
Yeah, this is good too.
Which is a key.
Ooh. Pod. Nice.
Well, if Jedders gets that book and has not gone there yet, which I honestly, I don't see Jedders skipping much longer on that.
No, he's going to have to go to the Pod Eastern area here very shortly.
I think that's why
there he goes. Woohoo! All right. I feel way less concerned now. So Jedders taking on Cold Stare. These puffs are really, really rude with Green Mail. Do 4 hearts for every hug. Is taking them down very nicely though.
Yeah. Ed, he was hugged by Cold Stare once. And they're not teddy bears at all, so.
No, they might look like cotton candy, but they sure are not that nice.
No. They are very mean. Especially except whenever you get damage, the damage shuffle on them and you get the lucky half heart hugs, and so they're literally teddy bear hugs.
Right. All right, WindFox getting his mitts as Jedders flutes 2-3 to do his bottle check and get his blue mail. I mean, and you know that they both got to be feeling really nice about having a blue mail, because
yeah. And we're going. I think what Jedders is doing here is, he may not have. No, actually, he does have a Pod Small, and I don't think he used an extra one, so he's going to be going to the back.
I think he had already done the back his first.
Not the back. I mean Helma.
Oh, like to Helma. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. he's going to be doing both of them at once. He's going to just he's going to be last locationing whatever is in those two chests though in pod.
Yeah, and I mean at that point it's a little bit like not concerning like in a oh no it's never going to happen, but you know, if you get one key, like WindFox has 3 keys at this point, you know, which chest do you opt to do? Do you do the vanilla big key chest or do you do harmless hellway?
Harmless hellway almost always for me, personally, just because I find it's more likely to have something. I don't know why, but I always do it. If he had that key really early, so if he got like 3 small keys like right off the bat, it's like hack or something, absolutely the front of pod is where I would say. So it's kind of when do I get those keys as to when I would like what check I'm actually going to go with on it.
See, I'm really glad I asked. I don't play keys nearly enough to know like when is the best time to do whatever. And pod is such an odd duck with it, I feel like.
Yeah, pod is weird because there is stuff with pod like I do keys. I enjoy keys. These two are better at it than I am. So but pod is an odd duck for real on it to, you know, use your words on there. It's I've been burned by the big chest of pod more time, not big chest, the big key chest from pod more times than I can count, because it's, if I got, let's see, 2 pod smalls at the very beginning of the game, I'm not going, you know, you don't use the front door, which the game wants you to. You go around. You bottle glitch. You do anything so you don't have to use that key. You go all the way around, and then pod also is a dungeon that often will have its own small keys inside it. So
yeah, this is really true. I mean, and it's like Mocha is right that if you key route effectively, you can hit both, but you have to have 4 small keys to be able to do that. If you only have 3, which is kind of what we're discussing, it's a little bit, you know,
yeah. I'm one of those that I don't do the pod small. I don't usually do pod with 1 key, because and especially hammerless, if you do hammerless pod with small key, 1 small key, you are almost guaranteeing yourself having to walk through that front door.
All right, well, WindFox is not picking up anything else inside inside Hookshot Cave, just a small key to GT. So, you know, Jedders isn't really missing out on anything that he could have benefited from earlier had the hover happened. So that's, I mean, that's kind of good for you guys, you know, he's not missing out.
He's going to hit it whenever he comes up to TR. And hopefully we can cross our fingers that, well, I can cross my fingers that he's going to find that WindFox finds Ice Rod or Fire Rod for us, so that Jedders can just make one trip through.
The thing that sucks about finding Fire Rod in Turtle Rock, though, is you still have to, you know, go back down for Skull Woods.
Yeah.
And in this case, Skull Woods is a crystal. Speaking of which, by virtue of figuring out that Moldorm held a pendant, we do have our full crystal pendant layout.
You know, with Jedders, he's probably going to get that pendant and be like, you know what? Let's go to Ped. He might do it after he clears out, you know, Turtle Rock, granted, but I'm not going to be surprised in the slightest if we get a Ped check. A Ped clear.
I like it. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Wind go there soon, especially having the cane and the mitts, but he may very well hit up Meyer first, thinking that's completely full clearable. You have all 3 smalls, you have the big, you have access. You can't spooky, but I mean, oh well.
You know, we're gonna be seeing Jedders probably do this Eastern Swamp, and then I'm guessing he's gonna go to Meyer, and then he's gonna go Hera, Turtle Rock, you know, that kind of thing. So that's my guess on where he's gonna be going, which ends up, you know, it ends up being really effective and efficient routing on there, because he doesn't have to do as many overworld checks as WindFox does at this point, because he's done them already.
Right. Yeah, Hexcjedders has cleared a lot of the overworld. For WindFox, I'm trying to think. He did do North Dark World. I was gonna say Wind. Don't forget Mimic Cave. We love Mimic Cave. And you can't go any further that way anyway because you don't have a big key. So this is your last check. We're good. This is it.
Yeah, unless he gets the big key in Mimic Cave, and then
gross.
and then he goes all the way to the end, finds no fire rod. I want that. That'd be good.
Unless he does find a fire rod at that point, or like powder to a fire rod or something like that.
That's gross.
Come on, Mimic Cave, don't let me down.
Oh, it's a big key to Hera. Oh, that's gross. Oh, that's gross.
So that's
our
logical Hera access. That's really weird. That's so gross.
The grossest one I've ever seen though was TR Big Key in Hera Big Chest, and the Hera Big Key was in the TR Lob Chest.
Ooh.
I wanted to see that personally, but I wasn't going to try to curse them because that'd be mean.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's gross. I love it. I love it that I'm not playing it, I guess I should say. If I were playing that, I'd be like, game, why? What did I do to deserve this?
You put Moon Pearl on Vitreous one too many times and inverted. That's what you did.
Oh, gross. Please, no.
If I hadn't done so many Plandos and rolled so many of those seeds, you don't know how mean these people are in our community until you do that. It's like Moon Pearl on pedestal and inverted.
I remember that particular seed that had Moon Pearl placed on Vidi, and I just felt for the poor runners. Like, that was just so terrible. And it was swordless on top of it, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that was one of them, yeah. There was, apparently there was an Ambrosia ladder race as well that had Moon Pearl on Vitreous, and that was rando placed.
Oh, gosh. Sahabat and Lazy Kid are out to get us.
Yeah. Like, we don't need to have any Plandos type thing. We just need to, we'll do it to ourselves.
Yep. Yeah, this is a good point. If all pendants are cleared, we could legitimately have a GT Big Key guessing game since we have not found it yet.
True.
Imagine GT Big Key guessing game in 80 keys. That'd be so gross.
I would laugh. I'd be like, this isn't even randomized enough. That's what we should do. We should have the SAS at the very beginning, Okay, well, where's the GT Big Key? Name a random location, 216 checks, and that's where it's at.
On the bright side, we know it's like it couldn't be 216, it would be 212. 212 checks it could be, because it couldn't be on the 4 in the climb. So, oh boy, we limited it down a little bit for you guys.
211, it can't be in the big chest either.
Oh, you're so right. 211. That would be fun.
Is this the Meyer maps? Is this Map Meyer? I think I saw 2 maps so far, if I recall.
Ooh, M&Ms. Okay. Maps in Meyer.
I like that.
So we had Keytown. We had M&Ms. Swamp wasn't anything exciting, if I remember correctly, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, Swamp wasn't exciting at all. And yeah, Hexcjedders is like, Diver Down, that's not going to happen today. We're just going to go this way.
Yeah, so I'm not upset then by Wynn's choice to not Diver Down. I'm okay with this. This is fine.
Yeah, it's just, I think with Hexcjedders is he said that he hasn't practiced it enough, and he just kind of shrugs and is like, I'm not feeling it to practice it. I don't know if that's the reason or if it's just he doesn't like getting blown up all the time.
That's totally fair. Ice Rod was in the H room chest of Ice Palace. So
also known as the Ice Palace chest. Yeah.
Yeah. See, and I'm still not super comfortable, even after Pilot Week, with where the maps were the compasses. If it's in the spoiler, I can get it, but for some reason, just like pulling it out of my brain does not happen.
Well, and then you got your, whenever we see it in the spoiler, it's fine. But then whenever you've got, you got your runner go, which one's map chest? And I'm like, H chest.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, that one. Got it. And so we got that book. So I'm really thinking we're going to end up seeing Jedders head over after Swamp. He's going to head over to Meyer. Then he's going to go up, hit Hera, and then get really grumpy as he's got like nothing else to check other than the Hera big chest after Mimic Cave.
Yeah, this is... I mean, at this point, we want something to be in Meyer just to avoid having to go back to Hera for a second/third time. Now,
I will say with that the Hera big chest having Fire Rod, that is surprisingly something I've seen a ton of. It's randomly way too common, and I don't like it.
No, I get it. They do have Smith Chain, you are correct. Fabulous Tracker Karma.
Smith Chain before they do Meyer. I mean, come on.
Nah, what you do, the pro gamer move is pull Ped and then go into Smith Chain, right?
And then go into Meyer from that. That's what you do.
Yeah. Ooh, small key to Turtle Rock. Lava chest.
Well, we can do lava chest now.
Oh, gross.
Fire Rod and lava chest.
Ew, but also maybe. Yeah, this is true. We are missing some pod keys to be able to get Harmless Hellway and Vanilla Big Key chests.
Yeah, and with that being a crystal, pod is, I mean, all 6 keys are somewhere higher in the world, so they cannot be in GT, so we're not, looking at some kind of out of logic craziness.
Yeah, and I honestly venture that Win might put off going back for Helma for a bit until he can finish off getting those last 2 checks as well.
I can definitely appreciate that. I also, appreciate the idea, hey, I can clear it, I'm going to do it type thing.
Right.
So.
All right, so after some archery skills, Jedders is getting his cane. And I'm certain we'll be probably going right into Meyer, don't you think?
I think it's going to be straight to Meyer myself, yeah. And fun fact is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For about right now, Jedders has 6 dungeons done, and WindFox is about to finish his 6th. It was WindFox had 1 done way before Jedders for quite some time, and then Jedders just roared back with this 4 dungeon streak. And my guess is what he's going to do is he's going to do Bombo's tablet straight into Meyer.
Tabby, I can't handle this again. I'm not ready. Nope. I'm not ready for the stress of a close GT climb again. No.
It's going to happen. We've got 2 excellent runners going on right now. We've got, I know WindFox, as he's a friend of mine as well. He comes into my streams all the time, and he has been just stoked about facing Jedders for a while.
Yes.
And Jedders has mentioned it in our private chat many times where he's like, WindFox has claimed me. No one else is going to race me, apparently, and I have been claimed. So this matchup here has been eagerly awaited by both runners for quite some time as well. They're just... Jedders is like, you know what? I got to win to keep us alive. And WindFox is like, I got to win because Jedders is my friend and I have to rub it in his face. And, I mean, no tiebreakers.
No tiebreakers. I mean, really, truly, our division is so whack right now. It's so crazy.
I'm really kind of looking forward to the results of the Leviticus and DJ race, because if that happens, it's going to be, oh, why did you do that? Oh, wait, no, he's good, right? No.
He is only going to be able to check one of these.
Well, he has made his decision.
He has indeed. Yeah, by going in the front. But I mean, I get this. You know, you don't want to have to go through Bullock side 3 times total, which is what would happen. And he had not done Stalfo's basement, so.
The other thing is, I don't want this to happen because this is what happened in my race, my mystery race. I am really hoping that he remembers, hey, I don't have 2 small keys.
Yeah. Oh, please. I think with that cane out, I think that he is going straight to Helma at this point. I really hope there's not progression in Harmless Hellway.
I mean, I honestly,
if it is,
I don't think there is, but
I don't think there is either. And I have to think that because Jedders has already been to Pod and beaten it as well, that it would be a last location for both of them at this point.
I would absolutely agree. Now, I will say I don't agree with him going to that one first by any stretch of the imagination, because again, you got those keys so late that Harmless Hellway is much more attractive to me than the other.
I think his thought process there was 100% he did not check Stalfo's basement the first time he was here because he didn't want to have to go through Bullock side again. And so he opted to do vanilla big key chests so he could just drop down to Stalfo's basement, get those 2 chests, and then rush back here.
You know, I can see that too. I mean, I'm there in this situation. There's no bad play because, you know, it just can happen.
Right.
And Jedders is doing the rail thingamajiggy that is essentially another icebreaker, but you can do it in Mire.
Yeah, it's fun. That little rail clip, I don't know if it necessarily has any kind of fancy title like some of the clips tend to, but it's a fun one.
That's one that I have neglected as of right now.
It's not too tricky to do. It's just a little bit like precise in setup. So you line up in the door, you sword buffer up 1, and then you basically item dash, but it's item dash with dashing and pressing left at the same time. And then you release left and just keep holding your dash and you go through.
No, I'm gonna just call it a Mire break.
Mire break. I like it.
We found a Mimic Cave already. Is the Tower of Hera big key?
Yep. So it could be locked behind Mimic Cave.
I'm actually absolutely saying it's Tower of Hera big chest. I am knowing full well Jedders is not going to be going to Turtle Rock before Hera, so it could be Lava Chest too. Yes, Lava Chest or Hera big chest is my guess on both of these.
I want it to be Ped. Give us a Ped seed.
I want it to.
Mire core. I mean, because really, go ahead.
Yeah, I think we might be on the same thought process on it, but I think that in all reality, what you're going to see is we're going to see Jedders finish this. We're going to see him go up the mountain. He's going to finish Hera. He's going to finish up all he can do there in TR. He's going to check Lava Chest. He's going to do all of those things. And then he's going to get to Mimic Cave, find that key, and he's going to immediately bolt back.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Versus WindFox, who unfortunately did not have all the dungeons that Jedders has done by the time he got up there.
Right. I mean, with this though, I imagine we'll see Wind go ahead and maybe turn in Green Pendant, and then I really think the Ped pull into Smith Chain is going to happen.
That is a very valid point. And we could also just last location for both these runners is probably going to be Purple Chest.
I don't know. I think Harmless Hellway would be. I think they'll do Purple Chest before Harmless Hellway.
Yeah, true.
Unless Wind somehow decides to dip
right now.
Oh, okay.
I've seen him do this. I do see him do this a lot. And by the way, I mean, this whole thing that we see here, this is a 1 minute and 30-second check. Like, I've almost timed it because I've done it so many times. And it's with flute and mirror, it is a nothing check. It really is an absolutely nothing check. You have nothing left to do except for this, and then you can go to the mountain and probably stay there. I want to do that.
Yeah, no, I think that this is great. Shout out real quick to the possibility. I think this would be so stupid, but Purple Chest having powder to shovel at Magic Bat.
To Fire Rod or Turtle Rock Big Chest or Big Key?
Yeah, either one. It doesn't even matter. Just to something. I think it would be hilarious.
I like it. I
or to even nothing. Just send them on a goose chase.
I approve of both of those. And in Hammer Pegs, we got nothing.
All right, one of the 3 available checks down. HXcjedders, yeah. I think, was doing a quick key check, I'm assuming?
I think he was. That would definitely make sense.
Yeah.
All right. I'm saying his teammate come on Fire Rod? Yeah, ooh, Fire Rod!
There it is, Fire Rod. All right, we are a TR big and a GT big from No Mode.
Let's see what we have. I will. Jedders is not going up this mountain until he finishes Skullwoods. Absolutely not.
No. And I mean, again, with the flute, this purple chest check is so fast, and if it ends up being your TR big, this this could be huge. Big.
It's just a shield. Shields are only really good for those sprites when you don't know which way the sprite is actually going, like the cuckoo, the pot sprite, things like that. Shields is like go mode, really, with those. It was a joke.
Right.
Another player, Mystic, uses the cuckoo, and he's like, if you find a shield and it's mine, I'm taking it and I want it, so pick up all shields because I need to know which way I'm facing.
I was trying to figure out for a second what chest WindFox had not opened up, seeing his counter at 6 of 8, and then I realized, oh yeah, they don't have an Ice Palace big.
That could really bite them too. It could be there.
I mean, I like this play by HXcjedders to immediately follow that Fire Rod.
Absolutely,
going straight in here. Because, I mean, realistically, you could have your go mode sitting back here in the back of Skullwoods, fire locked.
And yeah, again, you don't want to go off the mountain. As soon as you're on the mountain, you don't want to leave. And I think he's cleaned up pretty well. I think the only thing left there is if there's a powder somewhere or a shovel somewhere that we don't like, he's pretty much cleaned up this area.
Yeah.
But we have Pyramid Fairy next probably as well.
The only thing that I don't necessarily like, but I mean, again, you're saving yourself a mountain climb, is you're not going to be able to pull head if it's something. You'll have to go up. But he'll be able to check it, and we'll probably know relatively quickly if it's necessary or not.
Yeah. In talking about nothing checks, if you will, there is Pyramid Fairy is another nothing check with Agadon.
Yeah.
Hello,
man. It's so good.
They have had a really
just feels
nice
kind of gross, but man. Oof. Yeah, the keys have been nice, I feel like, for the most part.
Almost everything in this has been really nice. There hasn't been anything just absolutely disgustingly gross. So we're going to see the green pendant check from WindFox as we see a moth dying here in a second from HXcjedders.
Yeah. The biggest question is, where does WindFox go next? I imagine he's not going back up the mountain right away. I imagine he's going to go and whether he does a ped check now or if he does Smith Chain first. Yeah, I mean, there's options.
We get another shield.
Okay, well.
That's a good shield, though. So I like that shield. That shield and I are friends.
Now, I had seen a discussion a few races ago. I don't remember whose race it was and who the discussion was involving, but there was a discussion regarding shields and how the idea that the shields cause lag is actually a misnomer, that it's actually the hearts that cause lag.
I actually saw that too. Somebody actually said that not only did the Jedders, you don't have that yet. Like, not only do they say that the shield causes lag, powder.
Powder.
Oh, no.
Ooh, if powder is... Oh, and WindFox is going to be able to do it with Smith Chain right now because he's pulling ped. We got a ped pull. Get that powder.
So Jedders is doing something. Oh, he's doing Pyramid Fairy. Yeah, Jedders is Jedders is going to do Pyramid Fairy. WindFox is going to get his Fire Rod, and let us see what the magical bat of stupid has.
Please be a key of the big variety.
The teammate in me says, please be over 20 please be 20 rupees. The audience in me says, please be the big key to TR.
Oh yeah, exactly. The viewer in me says, please let it be trash. The player in me says, please let it be a big key.
I just, I want, I definitely want something to be there because you took the effort to go get it. But Jedders is going to go pull that if he can't find anything.
Right. Oh yeah, for certain. It's just going to cost him another mountain trip, which I would love another mountain trip for Jedders. Have all the mountain trips. Sorry.
Yeah,
I feel like
no. I mean, I get it, and I'm kind of like, I'm hoping it's nothing so that Jedders doesn't have to have another mountain trip.
Right. I mean, this is just for those of you who are tuning in. This is week 6, 80 keys week. This is game 2 versus our 2 teams, Please Clap and Hyrule Track and Field. I, Leoria, am on Team Please Clap, and my co-com Tabby is on Hyrule Track and Field. So we're both kind of hoping our own people win this race because it's big.
To answer that question in chat, Fire Rod was on Smith, so WindFox is about to get that. Jedders is climbing the mountain and going to be getting his pendant and possibly getting powder. So we're going to find out what does the magic bat hold?
Be a big key, please.
$20. $20 on magic bat.
Well, we know it's not a sword because Jedders picked up the final sword from Pyramid Fairy. Vanilla butter.
It's a cape.
Oh, it's a cape. So a nice safety, but not anything that's leading us to progression at this point.
I am smiling internally and basically going, Jedders doesn't need that. Jedders, don't go off the mountain. Do not go off the mountain.
So there's a lot of different things here that could be in play, actually. Like, we could find the Ice Palace Big Key, and Ice Palace Big Chest could have TR Big. We could... The Hera Big here could have the TR Big, or it could be in Lava Chest. Like, there's options here for where this TR Big could be, but we know that it's not in GT, so that's nice.
We're getting a different setup from Jedders on the Hera Pot. It's his preferred setup, and gets it right immediately.
TR Big Key is the Turtle Rock Big Key, so we are missing that right now. Oh, it could be in Hellway, Tabby.
Yeah. I don't want it to be in Hellway. I want it to be elsewhere.
I don't think either of us want it to be in Hellway.
Because that's just a repeat of days we don't want to repeat. But with TR being a crystal, we know it's going to be somewhere in the overworld, and we don't really have that many checks left. Jedders has really cleared out the map for us on checks and dungeons at this point, so...
I was going to say, Wynn's been right there with him. I don't think that there's anything that Jedders has done that we have not also seen Wynn do. The only thing opposite-wise that we've seen Wynn do Vanilla Big Key Chest in Pod, and we've seen him do Magic Bat.
Yeah.
At this point, they're really close to even. It's just, where's this Turtle Rock Big?
I'm going to go within the Hera Big. I mean, just... from prior experience with some things with keys, it likes to do that.
I just had a moment where I was like, wait, did Jedders not check that? And forgetting that it was sitting in Mimic Cave, because yeah.
So we're almost about to be all tied up again with the TR Big Key hunt.
Yeah, this is again, I'm not okay. There's a lot of moths floating around in my stomach. I need WindFox to clear them out, please. Maybe if he clears off the big one, that'll help. I don't know.
I'm sitting here just saying, Jedders, you've got this. Just keep your, he's got the efficiency of everything he's done so far, and so, I really think we're going to be getting a sync up to Hera.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that this is going to be another relatively 20-second seed, maybe even closer.
It's going to be a tie.
Ooh. If it's a tie, okay, so a tie, do we both get the points?
I think so, which it's not what we want.
But wait, Tabby, if we get a tie, that's going to really our division is already a hot mess. That's going to make it even worse.
It would make things worse. I mean, it would basically make it so, but I mean, that's something we don't want in Hyrule Track and Field, but Please Clap would prefer that, because that would give you 1 point ahead of us in the long run, I think. So,
I mean, week 7 is going to be crazy for all of our teams, I think.
I think it will be. I mean, I think it's going to be a fun race there. So we're getting Jedders on the slow. Oh wait, Jedders has 2 checks that we didn't see from WindFox over here in the roller room.
This is true. Oh man.
Come on, roller room. Have our big key.
All right, WindFox going ahead to do his Pyramid Fairy check, and then he will be heading, I'm assuming, back up the mountain as well.
Oh, there's a big
shout
key.
Out.
So there it is. There it is.
Jedders, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so.
And Jedders is going to absolutely check that Hera big chest as soon as he gets to the front of GT. He's going to check the the Hera big chest when he's there. See if the Ganon's Tower big key is there.
Yeah, and that makes absolute sense. I mean, you're right there. You can mirror and check it real quick before having to go through potentially 22 different checks. This is
that
crazy.
Was a game changer, man. That is a game changer.
Yeah, it is. Now, on a bright side, Wind is going to do that, and he's going to be able to skip all of these other chests that Jedders is going to end up opening, looking for the GT Big chest, or GT Big Key, forgive me. I gotta poke a little fun at my teammate. When you beat Aga, you could have used the portal.
I'm okay with him doing that. Waste as much time.
I know. Tabby, please. But really, this is huge for Jedders. That find and not having dipped Turtle Rock early is really, really big. Wait, WindFox, where are you going? What are you doing?
I don't know what WindFox is doing.
Where is he going? What is happening?
Why is there a shovel there? He didn't check Meyer. Did he check Meyer?
No, he's going for the right side of desert.
Oh, that makes sense. It makes sense.
Which Jedders has already done.
It does, but play.
No. No. Just go.
There are no bad plays, just wrong decisions.
Yes.
All right, and Jedders is going to get his Tower of Hera big key here in just a second. If the bomb cooperates with him.
Oh my goodness gracious. I
understand.
Yeah, and it, like you said, it made sense. But you know, it's so tough because we know things on this side that he doesn't. Where are you going now? What are you doing? No, Win, please.
I think he's going to Hera. He's going to Hera. So
I mean, yeah, but no. Stop it. Go to Turtle Rock. Feel my energy and go to Turtle Rock, please. Although, well, no, because even if it's here, you know, it's going to be better for Jedders because he's going to route it in right before.
Yeah, I mean, Jedders right now, unless GT Big Key is right here, he's. I hate to say the word in. I'm not going to say the word. We're just not going to even think that. So I have stopped thinking.
I know. I'm right there with you, though. It's
There's a word I would like to say, but there is no such thing in 80 keys until you are at Ganon.
No, I agree. I'm really hoping now that it is in, like, it comes down to a GT routing nonsense. Like, that's what I'm hoping at this point. Or that Ice Palace big chest.
Oh, there's nothing there. Oh no. And the Ice Palace Big Key could be in GT. So yeah, we could. Oh, this is not good. I'm very sad right now, and there's going to be problems later.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm not. Like I said, I'm not okay. I've officially reached the point where, like, all sense of calm has completely dissipated. As calm as I might sound, I'm just barely keeping it together. Yeah.
Oh wait, there it is. It's the
no,
that's Ice Palace. Oh god, no.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I can't imagine you check that before GT. There's no
not.
way.
22 checks versus one. There's absolutely no way in anybody's vocabulary or anything that no, they're not doing that.
Oh my gosh. Only the big brains check IP after Turtle Rock.
Or, you know, if we placed it there.
Ooh. Now you got me worried. Alright, so Jedders flutes to Ice Palace. I'm calling shenanigans.
If he flutes immediately there, we're all gonna laugh.
Disclaimer, comms did not place it there. No, we didn't.
I could say our restreamer did.
This is true. Alright, just bombs on Trinex, so
he's off GT.
Yeah.
We've got what, 25 checks left in the game that it can be, if I recall.
I'm trying to make sure that that's right. We've got the 22 in GT. We've got Harmless Hellway. We've got Shovel and Ice Palace Big. That sounds right.
Yeah. 25. 25.
Do we do a GT Big Key guessing game with 25?
Go ahead. Do the thing. 1 to 25. There's a chance that it's gonna be in could be up to 25.
Yep, we can guess up to 25.
Believe 25. I think Jedders is going to be mirroring here, so the first check will be coming up as soon as Hera as soon as he goes back to Hera.
Well, no, because that one's already been checked by Wind.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so that one doesn't count.
You haven't until Jedders is done with Hera.
Yeah, I think that's fair. When he leaves Hera, we will close the game. Because, ooh, he picked up that rupee on the bounce. Yeah, that messed up his Hera pot. He's gonna have to. I hate when that happens. He's gonna have to either go down the stairs, I think, would reset it, or mirroring.
Yeah, mirror. Come on, reload the room, dude. I think he's just gonna walk up. I mean, or he's gonna go out. Yeah, he's gonna go out and back in.
Yeah.
Come on, Jedders.
That's right. Do it again. Sorry. I'm so terrible.
No worries. I mean, we've got until he finishes this thing, and then we will. You know, I like the bonking strategy better on this because it feels better. But
yeah, I like the bonk as well.
Okay, Jedders. There's you know the other route. You know how to do the other one.
Oh, there he goes. He's got it. He's got it. I mean, it took some time, but he's got it.
All right, so after he picks up this item and he walks into GT, we will stop the guessing. So again, this is 1 to 25.
That Haripot cost at least half a TR. Thank you, Kaysden. Thank you. All right, as soon as he enters, and poof.
Oh, all right, you got it. So we'll
all
see
three
what
of
happens.
us, we were ready. Alrighty, well, let's see what we've got here. Oh, no.
There it is.
Well,
it is. That. I think it's 1. That's 1, isn't it? It's 1. If you guessed number 1, wow. You were correct.
Wow. Wow. What is this?
Game, you are my best friend right now. I love you, and wow. I would like to say thank you, the Academy. No, I'm just kidding.
So at this point, it's going to come down to some execution. Congrats to WTF USAB for winning the GT Vicky guessing game. You won a whole 13 points, 13 random internet points, and enjoy rando things. Yeah. You
also have a lifetime supply of rando seeds right over there at that website.
Available at any Taha bot near you. I'm sorry, words are hard.
Words are very hard right now. I'm sorry. I'm going to be calling enemies what they look like instead of their actual names. So that's the green eye guy, and these guys spit things. Yeah. These guys spit things. WindFox took down 2 heads of scary turtle snake, and is finishing off snake once it loses its turtle shell. So yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm not going to argue with that whatsoever. These horsehead dudes are being weird like they always do. You know, nobody likes these guys, so why do they even exist? Nah, they're just rude. I mean, at least the blue ones don't spit fire like these red ones do. Ooh, that was really clean. That I hate though, and especially whenever you're in Thieves Town, it's like no, no, indeed. Red potion for the win, right there. Yep, that was real Monka-esque for a second there, because this Beamos and this fireball spitty Medusa thing are not being kind. The Beamos is like, "You shall not pass," and Jedders is like, "Please, please let me go." And a clean Landmos fight right there. Yeah, Jedders seems very in his element right now. Like he knows, like, all right, we gotta do the thing. Let's go. He's gonna have the hardest Ganon fight ever though with Butter and Silvers. I don't know how he's gonna do it. 13 hearts. Psh, we need what? I mean, isn't it 17, 18? Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was 18 that you needed. But you had to pick up 1 in Checkerboard Cave. So thanks, Kaysden, for giving us even more of a heart attack. But I mean, no big deal. I'm never gonna let him live that down, just for the record. No. I haven't let Scruff live. What was it? The whatever he did, I haven't let him live it down ever. I don't remember now because I was he did a thing. We just don't. I think we're both in a mindset of like, oh gosh, like we can't even like remember past races very well because this race. I only remember mirrors and Spike Cave. That's the only thing I remember right now. Ped check, says Kaysden. Oh yes, now the ped check. No. It's Thieves Town. It was the Thieves Town thing. Got it. He had mirror and he ran past it, and we're all, and I'm sitting over there going, I'm not okay anymore. No. You could have gotten it. I'm sad now.
Ugh. Oh no, but what if Jedders falls on Aga too? Now he won't be able to hookshot back across because he didn't open Moldorm's chest. No.
Oh no. I mean, what if it was... Never mind, the WindFox has everything else. I was like, what if it was Cape? Wait, no.
No. Shout out though to Jedders' rupee count.
Yes, I am appreciative of this. Do not go buy potions. Don't buy anything. You're good. You are completely good. You are that 1337.
Yes.
He might be feeling that way right now.
Yeah.
Except until that happens, which that blue ball was horrible. Okay, since when does Aga go before his shadow? Seriously.
No, there's some major desync happening here, and it's... Ugh, see, and that should have been a double, but because of the desync.
Aga, you're so rude. I don't like you. Oh, Scruff, it was on the torch.
Yep. Bob's torch. So we had a murder Bob to get a big key.
I am beyond appreciative of the seed, though, just because it is a nicer seed than I usually see with 80 keys. I think the nicest 80 keys, apart from this, was a mystery seed that I had the other day. Not the other day, but while I was practicing, I had an 80 keys that was about this nice.
I mean, it's not going to quite be a sub 2 hours as we do cross the 2 hour mark, but this is going to be very close for Jedders. Please fall on Ganon.
I mean, it's happened. I remember there was a fall recently that actually did turn the tide of the race. So Jedders just, slow and steady wins the race, and you just do your thing.
Only if it's by 20 seconds. Bias commentary. Scrub, you knew what you were getting into.
Bias commentary? Yeah, I mean, we've been biased toward our teammates the entire time, and I'm pretty sure that's the whole reason we were picked for both of these, since there were 4 people who signed up.
Bias towards our teammates, but also, bias towards our teammates also in roasting them as well.
Yes, yeah.
Deservedly roasting. Oh, man. This is just a really great race. I think it's safe to say hey, those 2 links there, go click them, and then click the purple button that says follow. And then,
yeah, absolutely. These guys are fantastic.
This has definitely been a killer race. This is not this has not been one-sided at all. This has been a lot of back and forth, a lot of shenanigans happening with our runners. A lot of nerves.
Absolutely. And I'm just happy to be here with you calming this is really fun. As Jedders takes down the big pig, get your GGs in chat, but hopefully in a second after he crosses that really scary bridge.
Yeah, I was gonna say the last kind of big thing.
There it is!
And finishing with a race time GG time of 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 9 seconds, Jedders has won for Hyrule Track and Field, placing them even with Please Clap at, I believe that is 8 and 4.
Yeah, it is 8 and 4. So we have a likely tiebreaker matchup of some sort, or they're going to be doing tiebreaker stuff. And I don't know how that's all going to work.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be real weird. I think, and I could be wrong, I'm gonna check actually to be certain, but I believe that Boomer Friendly did win their race against Skewed by 6 Cubed, but I'm going to check to be certain. They did. So it's man, our division.
Tiebreaker upon tiebreaker upon tiebreaker. I will say 2 of Hyrule Track and Field's losses were to another division, so I think that I don't know how that plays into our favor or if it doesn't. And both of our other losses was 1 to you guys and 1 to Boomer Friendly. So right. That makes it even harder because that's the same thing for you guys. You had 1 loss to Boomer Friendly and 1 loss to us. So it just makes things even more complicated. So I don't know how all of that's going to work.
Yeah, I think that there's going to be a lot riding on this next week for certain. Because, I mean, Co-op Enemizer, I'm really excited for another team race, because these are just, it's nice to have split them up like we did. Like, we started with a team race, we split in the middle with a team race, and now we're ending with one. But Enemizer's also Enemizer, and crazier things have happened. And so I think that there's going to be a lot of potential for weird things to happen next week, as all three of our teams that are kind of in playoff contentions are... Oh no, Wind!
Fell.
That's okay. You get back up. You get knocked down, you get back up again. Ganon's never gonna get you down, I think.
I was going to say something, and I was like, I don't know.
But I mean, realistically, because, you know, all three of our teams that are in like hard playoff contentions right now have all played each other. We are not playing each other at all next week. And so, you know, there's a lot of craziness that can happen with these next week races. I'm excited.
It's going to come down to, I think, spoilers, to be honest. People spoiling, a loss from any one of us is what's going to do it. Because if, say, we both go 0-2, Boomer Friendly somehow gets knocked down by one, that's going to be a 3-way tie. You know, we go 1-1, both of us, or all three of us go 1-1, then we're still in the same situation. So it's all like it goes to a point that was actually in the league channel at one point in general. Always just do your best on your races, because you could actually, especially for Please Clap and Hyrule Track and Field, you could ruin our playoff chances right there with just one win. You ruin our playoff chances. So play your hardest and play to win, because anyone like the guys who are going up against us, the spoilers are the biggest thing right now.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm just, man. I think that when we came into the league, like the members of Please Clap, we were not expecting to have gotten as far as we have, to be completely honest with you. Like, we wanted to do well, we wanted to race our butts off, but like we weren't expecting to potentially be in playoff contentions, if that makes sense.
We were at that point of playoff contention until the last week last season. So it came down to a loss. We lost our co-op weeks against the other team, and that was what made it. So get your GGs in chat for WindFox as he crosses that bridge, and we've got both of them joining us here. So GGs, both Jedders and WindFox.
GGs.
GG.
So this was a heck of a race for really a majority of it. You guys were covering each other's footsteps, you know, not really like super following, other than like a couple times there was a lot of divergence, and then kind of returning to places the other places have been, or the other person had been. I'm still obviously like a nervous wreck. This was a crazy fun one to watch. So just I guess we'll start with Jedders. What overall thoughts on the seed in general?
Well, first of all, I have a thought on not the seed. Where's the concession stand? I'm hungry.
Respect.
I thought the seed was interesting because you had 3 dungeons with their big keys inside them, and then Thieves Town and Skull Woods just kind of traded big keys. So that was another interesting one. So big keys definitely were kind of funny today. But it was like super straightforward for the most part. There were no real big curveballs. So, because like Castle Tower, getting those keys early, that means it's usually an Aga seed if you get the Castle Tower keys that early. So like, you get, when you read the small keys and say, I've got all the small keys for this place, then you start to think, well, I need to get there, sooner than later. And, part of it is, with Pod, for instance, it took forever to find all of the Pod keys. So I just went under the assumption after I left Pod the first time that there's probably not going to be anything there after it took forever to find the rest of the keys. So I just went back for the boss.
That's we were mentioning, that there as well, just the difference in that. And so, WindFox, how do you feel about that seed?
Pretty much second what Jetter said. It was pretty straightforward, pretty linear for the most part. Knowing it was pretty linear from the start, it pretty much told you where to go next. I pretty much knew I was just in an execution race at pretty much the entire race. I mean, that's literally all this entire seed was. It told you where to go, where your next set of progression was. Once you got to Dark World, I don't know if Jetters went straight to Pod, but I skipped Pod because only one Pod small key. There's no reason to even go in there. And I just went straight to South Dark World to Hype Cave and all that stuff, and that's where the next set of progression was.
Yeah, I did go into Pod with one small key, but since I had the hammer, I knew I could clear almost everything out with Mimic Clips. So I just went there, cleared everything out, and then moved on from there. Because I was hoping for a glove so that I could mirror and do, or go up to Catfish, mirror, and do Zora as well. So that's kind of why I went in there.
Which is in fact what you got.
I was like, I'm pretty sure there was a glove on the bridge ledge Bullock side there.
Yeah, that's exactly where it was. And, at Jetters, when he went straight to Pod, he got those gloves and immediately made use of them and just, like, save, quit, go. He went, Zora, he went down to Hype Cave, and then it's just like, because he had that glove, even though it was sequence broke, he was able to kind of route things in a little bit easier than, okay, I'm going up to the mountain to get my bow and stuff like that beforehand. So that's kind of where part of the seed kind of started going toward Jetter's way, and then you didn't see it though because you kept clearing dungeons over and over, and we're like, wait, Jetters has 1 crystal, WindFox has 5. Okay, hold on. Actually, WindFox is the one who's ahead. And that's how it went. The entire seed was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
The interesting thing about that glove is it was bow locked. So that's why, because I was thinking about going to the mountain since I could clear a lot of it. But then I was like, well, I can't in logic get to the mountain right now. So I'm going to see what my logical access to the mountain or these gloves is. So I was figuring maybe there's another pair of gloves in Hype Cave or Stumpy or something. Or, and I didn't actually think about the flute, but it turned out that the flute was what you needed to do to go up and get the bow so you could get those gloves. But yeah.
I mean, I think another big thing that kind of pushed the run into, y'all's favor was Wind had opted, and it wasn't a bad play at all, but Wind had opted to dip Turtle Rock a bit earlier and clear out what he could, got that Hera big relatively, I don't want to say early, but it was about mid-seed-ish. And so he didn't have to stop before, like right before GT to check it, but he did stop on the way back to TR the second time. Whereas you got to kind of do TR all in one swoop.
Yeah, I didn't really have much of an option there. Being Ether and Kane, I found super late. So at the time that I found those two, it was basically like, might as well just clean up everything else and then go up to the mountain and finish. Because, there was no reason to go jet up to Turtle Rock and, start picking through it.
So I think what it really boiled down to was, you guys were both making what we would call the right plays. Like, for example, Win getting the mushroom from Spike Cave and then immediately turning it in for the hook shot and then going to Swamp. Like, that's a right play. That is good. Jedders, you opted to run back out of Spike Cave and you went up to Hera Basement and got, your mitts there and didn't get hook shot for a little bit, but you were doing other mitts checks. Like, that's still like the right play. Like, they're right plays. And this is something Tabby and I were talking about. There are right plays. It's just some are just like slightly more right than others.
Yeah. So the thing about those mitts, because I'm sure you noticed that I left Hera and then went back for the basement. So there was a reason for that. So basically, when I got the bow, it opened up like 3 checks or something like that. Or well, I got the mushroom and the bow. It didn't. I only had like 3 checks additional. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna go check out Paradox Cave to look for some big progression because I'm not gonna leave the mountain if it's for only 3 checks. So when nothing was in Paradox, I was like, well, I should probably do the basement before I leave then. Turns out that was the right play.
So how did you feel when you checked PED and it said powder?
I was like, at first I was like, is this bad that I used the mushroom? But then I thought about it, I'm like, probably not, because you probably need to get that hook shot before you even pull PED. I mean, I didn't calculate it fully, but it sounded to me like you'd probably get hook shot before you pulled PED. So I wasn't too worried about it because I knew that if it came down to like GT Big Key being on the powder check, that WindFox would probably come close to last locating that one too.
Actually,
Yeah,
I got it fairly early. I blind pulled the pedestal fairly, like almost right after I finished Ice Palace. That was like the first thing I did. Was blind pulled the pedestal, so I still had a lot left to check. I still had Smith's Chain, I still had Green Pendant turn in.
No, you did Green Pendant before
Or
PED.
did I? Oh yeah.
Yeah, you did Green Pendant before PED. You didn't have a whole lot left when it really comes down to it. You had Hera Big Chest, you had Smith Chain, you had PED, which I like the way that you routed that because you pulled PED first, and then into Smith Chain. Like that was not a bad thing. I mean, where the Fire Rod was, like, yeah, Smith Chain into Skullwoods to PED would have been like cleaner. It would have been the God route. But I mean, let's be honest, like at that point, you got to do Magic Bat with it too. So you would have had to double back in some way, shape, or form, no matter what.
Yeah. To see how a lot of those double back, again mentioning the Thieves Town Skullwoods thing, you got the PED with the powder, but you going from Smith Chain up to PED and with the Fire Rod and Smith Chain, there's just a lot of things that you'd have to double back on. So it, if there was something on not PED, but on Magic Bat, I mean, you would have definitely had it. But the $50 there on Magic Bat it made us all sad.
It was a cape on Magic Bat.
Oh, cape, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
$50 was somewhere else. I don't remember. There's been a whole lot of
that was the Hera Big.
Right.
Was 50.
That one.
Yeah. Well, before we close out, do you guys have any last thoughts on the seed? Or about racing in general? I don't know. Last thoughts.
Racing is fast. But aside from that, I don't really have many complaints for the seed, but if I were to have something changed, I could say the Fire Rod could be in a nicer place. Not like it was terrible, but it was just very inconvenient. At least, unless you did Smith Chain a lot earlier for some reason.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. It didn't really push us to do Smith Chain really at all until much later. But yeah, can you guys lose one next week? Like, please?
So I know that we play Land of the Blind next week. I can't for the life of me remember. You guys play Skewed by 6 Cubed, right?
Yes.
So that means that Boomer Friendly and Swedish Rubbers will be facing off, and really, it's really kind of, I think, more between our two teams for that second spot. But I think that if Boomer loses one of their races, it could be very up in the air still for them too. Like nothing is set in stone, nothing is clinched yet in our division.
I feel like, you know, all three of our teams are favored to win our next week's matchups, but that doesn't mean, you know, the other teams can't win. So we definitely got to work for our wins, you know.
It's Animizer, anything can happen.
Yeah, and
true.
We mentioned earlier, you anybody who's playing, don't just roll over because you're behind. You can spoil anybody's playoff chances, especially in our division. If
absolutely,
it's just you will spoil all of us, and we will be very sad.
We'll be sad, but at the same time, like I don't want to get, and I'm certain you guys feel the same way. I don't want a bracket contention based off of a false win. Like I want to feel like I earned that mess. Like I want to be there because I played my rear end off during these, group stages. Like I'm ready. I want to like play to win, but I also don't want it to be like a cakewalk. Like don't make it easy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we've got some really fun, this next week is going to be a kind of a toss-up only because Innomizer, again, like WindFox said, anything can happen on Innomizer week. You could have 5 Trinexes. We don't want 5 Trinexes, but it can happen.
Gross. I love it. I want 5 Trinexes.
You just want all of them to be Trinex.
I mean...
You could have 2 Chain Chomps blocking the Armos Knight entrance in Eastern Palace. I've had that before.
You can't kill them.
Yeah, I know. You only have to kill the first enemies that would be the Popos.
Gross. Love it. Okay.
Yep.
Well, with that, shout outs one more time to our runners. They put on a mess of a show. Please go give them a follow. Words again are difficult. But realistically, like they put on a great show. I know WindFox is racing a bunch. I'm certain Jedders is as well. You can also see some more swaggy mimic clip action on his channel, I'm certain. I really quickly before we shout out the crew one last time, on the screen right now you can see the upcoming races. There are not really any more races this evening, but tomorrow morning, all of these times are Eastern time. 8-10 a.m. you've got Highland Rhapsody versus Spoiled Leftovers. Diesel Martini versus Days Cloud is going to be a good race. Spoiled Leftovers are in contention for their brackets as well. As far as the Invitational goes, you have I Like Big Boots versus Major Mistake Zero Rush versus Alex Hack at 10:10 a.m. So you can catch that first race and then hop on over to Speed Gaming 2 for that second race. It's going to be excellent. And, shout outs again to our tracker, IB Karma, our restreamer, Kono Tyron, and to my fellow co-com, Tabby Cat. This has been a blast. I love co-comming with like the opposite team because I feel like we can just kind of let loose a little bit more, and it's really wonderful.
I agree, and it's been a blast coming with you. And if you want to follow Leoria, she's also fantastic here, and she's a heck of a runner, and she's great at comms. So if you want to follow her, the link is right there.
Same to Tabby. Like she is a monster at this game. Please go follow her. And this was just so much fun commentary. Like, do the thing, click the things. Please click the things. She's wonderful. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with how, our restream went. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful night and see you for more rando in the future.